Joining us now on the show, captain of AFC Toronto, Emma Regan. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, congrats on the first win of the season. And, you know, a word we've been hearing, echoing throughout the team, has been resilience. How would you describe that feeling of resilience within the team, both on and off the pitch?
Yeah, I think it's really good. And I think we also have a lot of belief in ourselves and the fact that we actually probably haven't even played to our full potential yet. So I think just knowing that in the back of our minds, it's easy to be resilient. And, you know, we know that if we continue to do the right things, that, you know, it'll come and it'll translate on the pitch. So I think that is a big part of our resilience.
It showed up against Calgary, as mentioned, your first win, 2-1 the final there. And Calgary was coming in feeling pretty good. They had just come off a strong win over Halifax. What do you think was the difference in the performance for you getting the 3 points?
I think we were clinical. Obviously, Esther having some great finishes that, you know, that always helps when you score a banger. Really shifts the momentum. But yeah, I think we try to treat every game the same. Our coaching staff has emphasized that from even beginning in preseason, that all of these preseason games should be the same as, you know, walking on to the final. So I think that we're just going out there every single time and trying to do what we can do, playing our game. And sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, as it didn't in the first two games. But I think we're just going to keep at it, and hopefully it starts to click even more than it has in our last game.
Well, you mentioned Esther Okaro gets a brace in that game as well. How would you describe those goals? Just watching them, and you mentioned a banger. I mean, those were some highlight reel goals.
Yeah, I think she's very calm under pressure. She has a lot of confidence, and so I think we need to keep feeding her the ball. You know, when you're 9, it has a hot foot like that, you just got to get them the ball and give her the freedom to make that happen. And, you know, it's not always going to come off, but I think we need to encourage her to keep trying it.
Yeah, great link-up play. And, you know, sometimes some teams can hit the ground running. Other teams, as you mentioned, I mean, here you are, third game, you get the win. But what is it that you're feeling about each other where you're like, okay, if we do stick to what we're working on, it will come together? Like, what would you even say is a little bit of that identity of AFC Toronto?
I think defensively, our pressure. I think if we keep bringing that and we keep making it difficult for teams to play against us, that allows us to be really effective when we win the ball back. And then, yeah, I think offensively, we want to be creating chances. I think maybe ironically, we actually didn't create as many chances in our last game as we had in the first two. So being attacking and going at goal and shooting and making it difficult for other teams to know what we're going to do. I think we have an array of different ways we can score. You know, Esther outside the box, link up play, over the top for Kaylee on our first goal. So I think being very creative up there, being very just working off of each other and being deceptive in what we're going to do, I think hopefully that starts to click even more.
The last time you and I spoke, we were a few weeks out from the season starting, and there was a lot of what ifs, like, what if this happens? How are you going to feel here? Maybe this, maybe that. Well, now, you know, right? Season started, you're well underway. What's surprising you right now about the NSL and just kind of getting it going and seeing this, what was just a dream, come to life?
I think one of the great surprises has just been the support from our fans, from fans all across the league. Seeing Montreal play in the first ever women's stadium, like, that's very cool. So I think all the support has been amazing. I think we knew the quality was going to be really good. We knew it wasn't going to be straightforward and easy. Like, we talked about that as a team after our first two games. We knew that we weren't going to go undefeated in the season. Like, that's a bit unrealistic. So weathering the storm of some defeats, like, that's going to happen at times in your season. And I think I have not been surprised by our team's resilience, and hopefully we can continue that.
Is there any message that you'd like to give to the Toronto fans, right? They've been showing up, as you said. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
I would just say a massive thank you. Thank you so much for the support. You were out here in great numbers. It was pouring rain at our last game, and you still showed up for us. So thank you. We'll get you some more wins. We're on the right trajectory now. So thank you.
Awesome. Emma Regan, great having you on the show.
Thank you.